Hiya, it's Lorna. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do a sort of series review, but it's not really like a review because I think everyone knows this series. This series is Friends. I rewatched this series really recently. I just finished it, and just before that I've watched How I Met Your Mother again for the I don't know how many time it is, but still. And so the fact that I watched two of them really close, I realized I knew, but it was really standing out, all the not differences but similarities between the two series. I noted a lot of similarities and I wanted to show you. It's in the season order from the Friends season, so maybe it's a bit not really in the same order for How I Met Your Mother, but I will be based on Friends. So let's start. So the first thing that we have in common, so some similarities are really, obvious and really common to a lot of kind of series, but still I'm just gonna tell them for you. So the first thing is that they all got into a fight. I think it's in the first episode from Friends when Chandler and Ross lose their booth in the Central Park Cafe. There's some guy who wants to steal their booth, so they go outside and it's like such a thing that they take off the watches and blah blah blah. It's a bit like a big thing in the episode, a bit like in How I Met Your Mother, if you recall, when Barney and Ted goes out for a fight and then they're laughing at Marshall because he doesn't want to go into a fight because, well, he did a lot of fights with his brothers, but no one trusts him, so it's a bit, there's kind of the thing with a fight. Then, yeah, Monica and Lily both have jobs with outfits. Like Monica had, sort of a very diner 50s outfit with a lot of big boobs. And Lily has this outfit, really from the island and doing some hello stuff like this. So, yeah, so there is kind of similarities there too. Then there is this famous bros before hoes, when Ross made out with Chandler's mom, and a bit like Barney with Ted's mom. Then we also have two dads that are quite similar, Rachel and Robin's dad, both really strict. They're both, freaking a bit the partner out. Barney and Ross. Then we have the fact that Phoebe working with Joey working with Chandler, that were both really catastrophic. And you also have Lily that works with Ted because she stole the ball from Ted's boss, if I remember. So again. Then we also have the fact that the boys all picture their mom during sex when they don't want to, like Ross when he is with Rachel and that she plays Princess Leia, and also Barney with Nora, stuff like this, when the mom pat Barney in the neck. It's a bit like similar also. There's a fact that Monica and Robin casually leaves a voice message, like Monica with Richard, and I don't remember the one. I think it's Don, and Robin with Don also. That they start to say, yeah, it was casual. Does it sound casual? But in the end, it's not casual at all. So both the same. Then we also have the juice call with first Monica with Joey when she asks him if he wants some juice, but he thinks that it's something else. And there is actually really a sort of juice call from Robin to Ted, but this is clearly intentional. Also have the fact that Robin and Phoebe has an ex-singer partner also. Then we also have the fact that Monica and Robin both date millionaires. We also have the fact that they all like wrestling shows, so this is also, for me, it's like something in common, but maybe it's really normal, like in America, wrestling shows. We don't really see that in Friends, so I don't know, but yeah, something in common again. We also have Monica and Chip from high school that are dating again, and I don't think it's not really going well. And Robin and Simon, again, really, you know, high school love. What to say about Ted and Ross? They have so many things in common, like they both correct people all the time that I really like. Well, Ted is a bit more romantic, but they are both, you know, really normative people, I mean. Monica and Lily both have an eye patch. Ross and Marshall both love charts, doing some statistic on charts. Emily is a bit like the Victoria of the series. I think I'm not the only one who will say Emily is like the bitch of the series. I don't know, like, you know, we all want, you know, Ross going with Rachel, I think. Well, not when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I remember I was like, oh, I want Phoebe to go with Joey. I don't know. They were both my favorite when I was a kid, so I want them to go together. But I think now my favorite is Chandler, without any doubt. Yeah. But yeah, Emily is like really annoying. I think, like, everything that she does to Ross and how she speaks about Rachel, or, you know, there's kind of a thing like we don't really like her. And Victoria is also a bit getting in the way of Robin and Ted. So, and she's a bit also smiling too much. There's a thing that really bothered me about Victoria. I don't like this character. When I was watching, I realized that both Chandler and Marshall love trout and fish names. I can't really tell you the episode or what, but remember that I was like, whoa, okay, this came from here. So both of fish jokes, or, well, Chandler does a lot of daddy's jokes, so it doesn't really surprise me. Also the fact that Chandler smoke, Rachel have a thing with her boss, which she wants to be cool, so she wants to have a break with her and smokes. And in the end of How I Met Your Mother, you realize that everyone smokes, but you didn't know really in the previous season. And I think this is the slight difference between the era. Also, it was a bit earlier, like really earlier for Friends, and I think at this time, especially in the US, it's not really a good thing to smoke. I think like it's something so common in Friends. This is why Paris is dirty. So there is this slight difference, because I think we can see that it's more common to speak about cigarettes in the, I don't know, I think it's the end of 2000 in How I Met Your Mother, bit more than in the 90s for Friends, you know. Ted and Ross both teach in the end on their first day do a very weird accent, and they also end up dating a student. They also behave a bit weirdly when they react to big news. So in Friends you have like the big news of the wedding of Chandler and Monica, when Rachel and Ross, you know, they don't really know where they are in life when they react to this news, and they kind of get back together, but it's all fake. And for How I Met Your Mother, I think it's for Marshall and Lily's pregnancy, and they all think, yeah, we have to do something, and then they learn that they're not pregnant, so Robin go back to be on Flip Bimbo. So again, The choice of the bridesmaid is also a bit like the choice for Marvin, Marshall and Lily's kid, to be his guardian, and they all do it a bit like a game to choose. Ted and Ross decide to do an instrument for their friend wedding. Ross wants to do the bagpipes. I just literally pictured him in his apartment on the other side of the street doing this like this. Sorry. And Ted plays the piano with a super costume. Ted and Ross date student, but they are also a kind of a sexless innkeeper, like Barney described it in How I Met Your Mother. And for Ross it's a bit different. It's just that, you know, students pretend that they are, you know, interested to have good grades. When they organize a sort of bachelorette party or something like that for Monica and Robin, they both have no friends, no girlfriends in their phone book. They take the people they found, and yeah, it's a bit crappy. And Robin doesn't have, like, through all the season, it's really difficult for Robin to have some girlfriends, so it's kind of the same again. Then there is some kind of episode on car tickets when they're driving too fast. I think Robin and Rachel succeed by charming the police officer that, you know, they didn't really did something wrong, and kind of flirt a bit, and then that's good. And then Ross and Barney tries to do the same, but it's not working at all. There's also a sort of poll taking from in Friends and How I Met Your Mother, when Phoebe and Monica, they ask the customers, are you disturbed by the music, are you happy about the food, stuff like this. And there is an episode in How I Met Your Mother when Barney and Ted does some poll taking with Ted's students, and then they followed him in the bar McLaren's. Then there is Precious, the ex-girlfriend of Mike in Friends, and she is literally the same actress than in How I Met Your Mother, the ex-girlfriend of Ted, and that he didn't remember, but he broke up with her on her birthday, and Mike did it too. So Natalie, who is literally the same actress, so this is really odd. And that's it. That's all the similarities I got from Friends and How I Met Your Mother. If you have more, let me know. I'm so curious about those things. I'm like really a really big binge watcher person. I can binge watch not of series, even series I don't know, but I have a thing with series I know because I feel comfortable knowing all the speech, and then I just, you know, then there is tiny details that I realize, and I really like this. I also noted that there is a sort of episode in How I Met Your Mother when there is, you know, some numbers. This is really weird because the first time I saw this, I was like, whoa, that's weird, because like in all the background there is like a number, you know, showing up, and I was like, does this mean something? And then I just realized that it was really a following of numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I was really asking myself, why is this some, you know, random numbers in this episode? And I searched for this, and I saw that it was because it's an episode where they show that there is a disaster coming in the end of this episode, and I think this is one of the saddest episodes of How I Met Your Mother. Well, I don't know, but still, yeah, if you have also other things that you want to point out on Friends or How I Met Your Mother, I will be very delighted to know. So thank you again for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment if you want to, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.